Hello everyone and welcome to my channel again. I am Catalina and I'm the person behind by Katarina Designs. If you're new here, welcome, and if not, welcome back. So in this weekly journal, the last time I talked about designing and how to get started. But anyways, we don't have any other questions about it. So yeah, I think I will show you what I was working on this week only, because. But first, let's get started and I will show you right away. First of all, about the Lindsay bag, because I told you last week that we didn't have time to start working on it, on the triangles. In the meanwhile, I have to confess that I failed with this design because somehow it's not working. So I think I'm not giving up to a bag design using macrame yarn, only that in this period I don't really have too much time to think about it. So I finish what it should be the side. So it should be the side, then it should go with this triangle like this, and in the back the same. So it's looking I don't know if I don't like it or not, but somehow it's getting too wide and not that tall, so maybe I will need to add a few rounds to make it taller. But because I wasn't thinking at first, I was thinking that the decreases will go easier, like with one stitch per row, but somehow it's not working like that. And because this design is getting too complicated, I think, so I don't think it's worth it for a bag to make it like this complicated. So I will give up to this idea specifically. This can happen. That's it. So, and I will try to make something else, because it was funny to use different shapes and put them together and make the bag look nicer. But yeah, now I don't like it anymore. Okay. So last week I also was telling you that I will go to Cologne for the H+H event, and I was invited by Lang Yarns, and I met Tina from Lang Yarns, and it was really nice to see what are the yarns for the next season, and to meet people. And it was really interesting. I saw so many interesting things. Maybe I will put here a few of the short videos that I took while I was there. And because the weekend, and also I had a great weekend after the event, I finished and spent time with my daughter and husband, walk around. It was raining, so it wasn't good weather for walking, but anyways, it was nice to break up the routine. So because I was this weekend off, I realized that the most crochet that I'm doing is during weekends. So this week I don't have too much progress on my work in progress things, but yeah, and it's kind of I don't know. For example, yesterday I just needed a break. I just cleaned the house, do some other stuff than what I should do, because this was what I was feeling for. Another thing that I was working on and didn't finish it yet is the pattern for the Marcel sweater. It's all done and finished and I like it, but somehow I decided, because in the first version of the pattern that I wrote back in October, it was this mesh uh, portion section over here. It was with the same number of rows for all sizes, and then I was thinking that it would be nice to have kind of the same proportion, because if on bigger sizes we are working a deeper yoke, then it will be nice to look the same. Otherwise it will be somewhere over here around the neck and then starting only double crochet. So somehow, besides of having to change the pattern because I was working on the right side and on the wrong side as well, I needed to calculate all the proportion for the mesh stitch pattern or mesh section to kind of match all the sizes. And I also did that with the first section of the yoke. I added a few more rounds for bigger sizes. And yeah, so it's taking me a while because I wanted to make it as clear as possible, and because of that I decided to write the pattern for a few sizes that somehow the pattern matches. And so it's structured like size XS, S, M, and then going to L, extra large, 2 extra large, 3 extra large, and in the end 4 extra large and 5 extra large. So because of that, it's taking me a bit longer, but yeah, I hope that by the end of the week I'll finish it, and then next week to start and publish this pattern. Another thing that I was doing, and I was also published is starting with this square. I have only 3 balls of this gorgeous yarn, which is Sunshine Color by Wool Addict, and I hope that I will be able to make a top. I didn't finish yet the first skein, so basically it will be only 2 squares that then will be joined together. And I'm trying to use a double triple crochet here because I think I never used it as a single stitch all around, and I think it's looking super nice, especially with this yarn. So yeah, I kind of love it, like a side project, really fast to just go and make something. And because I was telling you that I felt like I needed a break today, I just not today but the entire week I just started to work on my side project, which is this knitting gorgeous sweater, because I told you that I'm keeping knitting as side projects. Whenever I feel like I want a break, I just start and knit. And I did a couple of more rows, so I don't have too many rows to make for the sleeve. It's starting to get smaller, as you can see. So yeah, and every time I'm picking up this project is like I don't want to stop because I'm so excited to see it finished. Even if on the front panel, I think I showed you another time, because I'm not the rows were shorter because working only the front panel, the changing color into the variegated yarn kind of stayed too much in one place, only in yellow or oranges, so it looked like a stain. But yeah, this is it. And what I managed to actually finish is half of the wrap pants that I showed them to you last week. And with this pants, I think I could have been made more progress, but because I need to film the video for the other side, then I put it aside. So this is kind of half. I'll put a short video over here to see it better. And now I will work the other half in the same way and see what is happened, because this is like front and back of the pants, and because this stitch pattern, mesh stitch pattern that I use it over here with half double crochet stitches, is looking kind of different on the right and the wrong side. I think I will have to work the other piece in the mirror, but I think it will be easier to explain everything. So yeah, and another thing that I want to make, and I started, I don't know how to show it to you, is yeah, I showed you in a video, also here in a weekly journal, some doilies that I have from my mom. They are really old and dusty, and I have an idea of making something with them. Don't so I placed a tank top that I really like it, like the shape, and then I place some doilies, and now I'm trying to fill in all the blank spaces with some mesh stitch. The problem is that I don't have such a thinner yarn as my mom used for those doilies, so I'm using a thicker yarn, so of course a thicker crochet hook, a bigger crochet hook, and I'm not able to get into the small stitches on the side, so I need to go, and it's pretty visible. But anyways, it's a project that it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm really excited. I really want to give this to those doilies a new life, because otherwise they will keep staying in a drawer without being. And of course my mom used like the raw color of the cotton yarn, and some of the doilies that I have are bleached, so they are pretty white, so I think I will bleach everything in the end to just have the same color. And I'm pretty excited to see how it will look. It's really a difficult progress. I just pinned everything on this mat because I want to put it on the table, be able to work, but mostly I'm working on the floor for it, so somehow it's like not really comfortable to work on that. But yeah, I'm kind of excited to finish it, and we'll see if it will work or how it will look, or if I will manage to finish everything or to even finish. But yeah, anyways, so kind of this is what I was working on this week. I told you that I don't have too many things. Somehow this is what this week brought for me. And yeah, I dropped the stitches for this one. It's fine, I'll put them back. And I started something knitting again. I started last week. This is the Pride wool yarn from Wool Addict as well, and it's uneven in fiber. That way is looking like that. And again, every time I feel like I want to disconnect myself from everything that I need to do, I'm just prefer to knit instead of doing some other crochet stuff. And that's why maybe I picked up these two knitting projects, because yeah, I needed something else. So I think this video will be really short comparing with the other ones, because I don't have any questions from your side this time. I won't put the tutorial for the triangle for the Lindsay bag, because I was telling you that I think I will give up on that project because it's getting too complicated, and keep trying to figure out how to make those pieces to match, and they're matching, so this is not a problem anymore, let's just say like that. But it's getting too wide and too short, and I don't like it. Okay, so maybe next week I will have different stuff to talk with you, but for this week I wasn't that in shape, let's just say. And maybe next week I will show you the well, maybe until next week I will finish this top and I will show it to you, and maybe we will do a tutorial, because being an easy tutorial, it's a good idea to place it in this weekly journals, because it won't be that long. So yeah, I'm just trying to put the stitches back as well. So anyways, don't forget, if you have any questions for me, or if you want to talk more about some topic, please don't forget to ask them. Either use the comments or the link, the Google form below. And listen, Lindsay, I'm not forgetting you, because I found I'm following Bags by Bento, which is a girl that mostly designs bags, and I kind of like her style, and I don't know, the vibe that she's putting out there. And I will put her links to maybe Instagram or something to be easier to find her in the description box. And you can I'm sure that you can be inspired by her, or you can find a pattern from her to use it for your bag. So yeah, so anyways, kind of this was for today. I now need to go at school at my daughter, because it's the teachers day, today, and I need to go with the presents and with everything that we prepare for them. So yeah, so I hope that you won't be mad at me that I don't have too many things to talk with you today, but I promise you that we will have some others interesting weekly journals in the next week. Actually, I was thinking if it will be idea to skip it this week, because I didn't feel like there are things to talk about it, but then I said that maybe it's important to see that even we, or I, have this type of weeks, these types of days in which we are not productive anymore, in which we need a break. So yeah, this is what I was doing this week, and since the weekly journal talks about that, about what I was doing during the current week, so I thought that I can show you, even if it's a little. So thank you so much for being here anytime, or if you have any suggestions or questions, I'm happy to hear them. I will see if until Sunday, when I publish this video, will be the pattern for the Marcel sweater as well finished. Maybe I will edit this video right on the Saturday, so I will put something on the screen in case if the pattern is already live. If not, you will know as soon as the tutorial and the pattern will be published. So thank you so much for being here with me. I wish you a happy weekend, and see you next week.